It was terrible. It was like, I loved the first Top Gun, and I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't know how I would view it now. But man, did I watch that about 9 billion times, and it was just so much fun. And you got to know the characters and just how ridiculous it was, and you got to like all the characters, even the unlikable characters you liked. And you know, there were tension, and the stakes were high, and the action was good, and this was just like one huge retread. Now, I'm okay with retreads, I guess, if it's done well, and if I like the characters, if it's fun. Like, Force Awakens was one big retread, and maybe I'll like that movie less and less as time goes on, but it's still a lot of fun. And you know, the stakes are high, and I liked the characters in it, even though it was just a carbon copy of A New Hope. I understand why it was done, and I liked it. But Maverick was a retread with fan service and callbacks and nostalgia, and I would imagine not the most realistic thing as far as, you know, consequences. And, which, okay, fine, it's a movie, I get. But just, I didn't get to know any of the characters. I didn't get to be close with it. I didn't like any of them. There were no stakes. The mission was a success. It seemed kind of easy for them. And then, just when you thought, okay, maybe Maverick's dead, there's some stakes, it's a huge fake out. A huge fake out. Then they did it again with Rooster. Another fake out. Which reminds me of the Chewbacca fake out death in Rise of Skywalker, if we want to go back to J.J. Abrams, which was terrible. So I'm watching this movie and I'm going, okay, well, when am I going to see something new? And when is this not going to be why is this not going to be a retread? And you know, some of the flying sequences were good, but it's like, I don't care. I didn't care about any of the pilots. I didn't care about Maverick, and I liked Maverick in Top Gun. I didn't even care about Goose anymore. He was very annoying, saying Great Balls of Fire over and over again. And I wonder why they couldn't get Meg Ryan back. And it's just, you know, maybe if they built on the relationship between Maverick and Rooster a little more. Or Penny Benjamin, of course, which is a name from the first Top Gun, you know, the Admiral's daughter. And they just, you know, oh, here's a nice little callback. Maybe if they had Maverick in a little bit of a different role, or maybe if they switched things around where Maverick became the authority figure and then there were rebellious pilots and all that, and then he started to remember who he was. Maybe, but this was just nothing. And then I was very surprised about all the good reviews it got. You know, maybe in the movie theaters it would have been more exciting because of sound or something. But I was watching this going, was this going to get good? When is something going to happen? When am I going to like the characters? When is this not going to be like a note-for-note retread? And again, it's not even the retread. It's not even executed well, or even a good retread. I didn't see any growth when it came to Maverick. I didn't see any growth when it came to the characters, or even growth that I cared about. It was just something that was there, and just something that was forgettable, you know. And maybe not forgettable for me because it's like, oh, this was bad, but it's like, it's not something I want to see again. You know, and just so many opportunities that could have been had that weren't there. And none of the pilots died. There was really no consequences. The stakes weren't high. And again, just didn't get to know the characters enough. Didn't get to like even the unlikable characters enough. It was nice seeing Val Kilmer in the role, and I don't even think that was his real voice. I think they dubbed his voice with, like an AI version of what his voice used to be, because his voice doesn't sound like it did anymore because of his throat cancer. And that was a touching moment to see them on screen together. But, if you're going to have a retread, maybe have a little bit more of Iceman. And what the fuck was Ed Harris doing in the movie? He was in the movie for like 2 minutes. At least use him for something. Maybe have Ed Harris in the John Hamm role to maybe add a little more gravitas. But it was just like whatever Maverick did was like, oh, that's Maverick. And like, again, no consequences for it. In fact, they just kind of reinforced his bad behavior, which I don't know if the Navy does things like that. Or I don't know if it's just, well, he's so good that we're going to give him pass after pass after pass after pass after pass. I don't know. But yeah, it just didn't sit well. It really wasn't much for me. And, maybe my expectations were a little high because of the reviews and because I really liked the first Top Gun. And like I said, probably if I watched it now, I would probably think it was ridiculous, but I think I would still enjoy it. So, anyway. Yeah, that's it. Fine. So, anyway, I'll give you my links. If, right. God damn it. I'm taking this personally. No, I'm not. All right, find me on, where am I? On Twitter, MMAM Podcast, Facebook, MMAM Podcast. Email at mmampodcast@gmail.com. And you can email me at that's it. Oh my God, I'm tired. All right. And once again, get your news and information from credible sources. Go for it. New York Times, USA Today, BBC, NPR, Washington Post, all that good stuff. Keep yourself informed with information that is accurate so you can make sound decisions. Yeah. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.